mix of facts and spicy sides.
From breaking headlines to backroom whispers.
All served hot and fresh. Happy Monday. I'm Monique Tuzon.
I'm Ferdi Salvador. Glad to have you with us.
And I'm Mai Rodriguez. This is the Daily Dish.
And I'm Chal. Lontoc. Join us in the next hour and a half for stories and conversations that matter most.
Chal, ladies and gentlemen, Chal is the new addition to the trio.
Yes.
So you're going to be seeing her with us every day, and she's also going to be talking to a lot of our guests, and she's going to have a lot of fun with us, Chal.
Excited, thank you. So everyone's back to school and I'm back here. Really good. I'm happy. Officially.
Happy you can finally join us.
And a half starting today with Chal.
right.
And also, guys, I just want to let you know, I said pastel colors today. Okay? I don't know why
This
they
is
all picked
pastel.
pink.
No.
We're pastel.
You
didn't get the memo.
You went from
This
ice
is
cream
like
mango.
pastel-ish. Pwede naman. But I was like, I didn't get the pink memo.
This is
guys.
pastel,
But
right?
you know what, Chal said a while ago, everyone's back to school
Yeah,
except
back to work
for
too.
our fellow Filipinos in the Visayas because they're getting ready for a storm that's coming.
Typhoon Tino.
Tino,
It's
rather.
already a typhoon and it's
Yes.
approaching eastern Visayas. So I hope many areas there are already on standby, on alert, preparing for this very strong typhoon.
Yes, we hope that, it dissipates. You never know what's going to happen, but do prepare yourself, especially in Cebu, Leyte, and other surrounding
Visayas
areas.
area.
Yes,
Okay.
so that, that...
And summer as well.
Correct. So you're not caught off guard, aming mga Bisayang mga kapatid. So ingat kayo lagi dira sa Visayas, palihog. So puhon, it doesn't hit. Right? Anyway, so there's a lot of things happening in the world today.
First of all, big news we're monitoring. The TRO requested by Senator Jinggoy Estrada against Bryce Hernandez has been rejected, and we're gonna find out the latest from Hannity.
Yes, our fellow reporters are very busy today in different parts of Manila getting you all the live news.
Everybody's super busy today, but we have some good news in the sports world.
Yes.
Because congratulations, LA Dodgers! Yamamoto and Otani, my guys, they won back-to-back World Series champs. Congrats.
And of course,
And
Alex Ayala.
Yes, of course. She enters top 50
Yay.
of WTA rankings.
Keep on going,
Another
Alex.
win for Alex Ayala.
And for the Philippines as well, of course.
Correct,
yes.
correct. And I hope, yesterday, rather Saturday, so I was so impressed with what happened during the Undas because I was a motorist. And, it was quite easy to travel back and forth
It
from
was
Manila.
peaceful.
Where did you
Very
go?
peaceful.
I went up north to Tarlac to visit our relatives and my mother. And it was quite pleasant. Although very warm, but quite pleasant.
Because everyone's away, probably visiting their loved ones
Yes.
in the provinces.
And this should be a best practice for example, Christmas, New Year,
Yeah, it should always
Undas
be
next
like
year,
this.
Holy Week.
Holy Week,
So,
especially.
Although what was crazy was the airports because it's also the time when people
Yeah.
travel
Yeah.
yes.
to the holidays.
But we did
so-
hear a lot from the airports
Not that
that,
much.
not a lot of backlog.
Because right now, the only thing we're hearing about the airport is that Senator Erwin Tulfo is he's trying to get rid of the travel tax.
Yes,
He's trying to
somebody
pass
got
a bill.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier, and Chal got excited. I'm excited too because that's a lot of money. But
Hopefully.
but I want to know what are the effects if that's removed.
I actually don't know, so let's try to speak to somebody about it. So we
Yes.
can find out
But
more.
one thing's cool also about NAIA. I'm not advertising, but NAIA 3, there's a super cool food court there, and we should use that as a story.
I'm
But
not
anyway.
updated.
A lot of things are
I've
still
gotta
being
check it out.
renovated.
Yeah.
And a lot of these food choices, which
Yes.
we've always been asking for at the airport,
Right.
are slowly coming in.
Yeah, but before we start the show, we have two more guests today that are coming. Who do we have, Ferdi?
We've got concert director par excellence, Paolo Valenciano.
I'm so excited
and
for
we also
that.
have our cancer survivor, Audrey Go, speaking to us about her journey and how she's inspiring other women. So make sure to tune in. But Mai,
We have a packed show, those stories and more coming up. But first, the headlines.
This is my daily dish. This is my daily dish. This is my daily dish. My daily dish. My daily dish.
today's headlines, request denied. Senator Jinggoy Estrada's plea for a temporary restraining order against former Public Works Assistant District Engineer Bryce Hernandez is rejected over the flood control scandal. Meanwhile, the country braces for another strong typhoon as signal number 3 is raised over parts of the Visayas and Mindanao. An update on Typhoon Tino in a bit. In sports, success yet again for Alex Ayala. The Filipino tennis star enters the top 50 of the WTA rankings. And later in the show, catch our conversation with cancer survivor Audrey Go and concert director Paolo Valenciano live. In today's top story, we begin with the legal battle between Senator Jinggoy Estrada and the former DPWH engineer as a San Juan court rejects Estrada's bid for immediate relief. Let's go live to Hannah T for the details. Hannah, go ahead.
Mai San Juan Court has denied Senator Jinggoy Estrada's application for a temporary restraining order against former DPWH Bulacan Assistant District Engineer Bryce Hernandez. The TRO was meant to stop Hernandez from making further public statements linking Estrada to allegedly anomalous flood control projects. In its resolution, the court said the extreme urgency required to issue a TRO was no longer present. Lawyer Ernest Levanza, counsel for Hernandez, confirmed the denial today. The case stemmed from Hernandez's testimony before the House of Representatives, where he alleged that Estrada received about 30% SOP or kickback from some flood control contracts. And on 2024, ex-DPWH engineer Henry Alcantara allegedly made a list of projects for Estrada worth 355 million, to which the senator allegedly received about 25% kickback. Estrada has consistently denied the allegation and earlier filed a perjury complaint against Hernandez. Despite the denied TRO, the main injunction case will continue before the same San Juan court. Estrada is also among the individuals named by the ICI who are facing allegations of corruption and direct or indirect bribery. Mai?
Hannah, has Senator Jinggoy reacted already?
His office actually clarified that the court denied only the request for a temporary restraining order, while his application for a writ of preliminary injunction is still pending and is scheduled for hearing on November 12. And if granted, the injunction would formally prohibit former DPWH Assistant District Engineer Bryce Hernandez from making further statements linking him to alleged flood control anomalies. And his camp also noted that the court itself reminded both parties that the case is now covered by the sub judice rule, meaning public comments may influence the court are strictly prohibited. And the senator says he respects the court's warning and will pursue his legal remedies in proper forum. And he also expressed confidence that the truth will prevail through due process and the impartial administration of justice. Back to you, Mai.
Reporting live from the Senate. Thank you, Hannah T. The Department of Public Works and Highways is rolling out what it calls its most sweeping reform yet, a move aimed at cutting inflated project costs and saving billions in taxpayer money. Lyja Bonzo is live at the DPWH main office. For more on this story, go ahead, Lyja.
My DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon has announced that he has signed a directive last Thursday to reduce the overpriced cost of materials for DPWH projects. In a press briefing, Dizon announced what he called the by far biggest reform in the department. In line with President Bongbong Marcos' order to cut government project costs by at least 50%, Dizon announced the adjusted pricing of construction materials, starting with asphalt, steel sheet piles, gravel, sand, reinforcing steel bars, cement, and ready-to-mix concrete. The department foresees that this could save up to 16 billion pesos in the 2026 budget and would be able to construct an additional 1,600 kilometers of concrete roads and 1,000 kilometers of asphalt overlay. Dizon reassures the public that this directive would not sacrifice the quality of the projects, rather would curb the corruption within the government. Mai, aside from this, the DPWH, together with the Philippine Space Agency, have signed a memorandum of agreement to strengthen their coordination in the monitoring of DPWH projects. Through PhilSA's satellite imagery, the monitoring of projects is expected to be more accessible to the public with minimal or zero human intervention. Back to you, Mai.
Thank you, Elijah Bonzo, live from Quezon City. A security expert says the APEC summit was not the right venue to discuss the West Philippine Sea dispute, calling it a bilateral issue between the Philippines and China. On BNC's At the Forefront, Dr. Romel Banlawi, president of the Philippine Society for International Security Studies, said that bringing it up at APEC would have derailed the summit's economic agenda. He added that while sideline talks could have been arranged, none took place due to strained relations between Manila and Beijing.
Well, the APEC summit is not a proper venue to talk about the West Philippine Sea because the West Philippine Sea is a bilateral issue between the Philippines and China. And if you will include other parties in the spot list, only involving other parties. Because of the difficult bilateral relationship between the Philippines and China, there was no prearranged talks at the sideline to talk about that issue. But there is already an official platform for that, the bilateral consultative mechanism in the South China Sea.
He said the issue should instead be tackled through the bilateral consultative mechanism, which previously fostered cooperation under the Duterte administration. It was done through working groups on security, fisheries, and resource development. Initiatives, he said, have since stalled as the Marcos administration prioritizes alliances with the U.S. and its partners. A new global report is putting the spotlight on how the ultra-rich are driving the climate crisis more than anyone else. Joash Malimban is on the line for the details. Joash, what can you tell us?
A new Oxfam study warns that the world's richest 0.1% produce more carbon in a single day than the poorest half of the global population does in an entire year. The report, titled Climate Plunder, warns that if everyone emitted like the wealthiest few, the world's remaining carbon budget would be depleted in less than 3 weeks. Using data from 1990 to 2022, Oxfam found that the richest 0.1% emit 800 kilograms of carbon dioxide daily, about the weight of a small car, while the poorest 50% produce only 2 kilograms. Since 1990, the share of emissions from Bilyonarios has increased by 32%, while that of the poorest has declined. The study also shows that Bilyonaryo investments in polluting industries like oil and mining produce 1.9 million tons of carbon each year, more than 118 countries combined. Oxfam warns that unchecked emissions from the richest could lead to over 1 million heat-related deaths and trillions in economic damage by 2050. The group is calling on governments to tax extreme wealth, ban fossil fuel lobbies from climate talks, and hold the world's wealthiest accountable ahead of next year's UN climate conference in Brazil. Mai.
Thank you, Joash Malimban reporting. A quick check on the weather. Severe tropical storm Tino intensifies into a typhoon, prompting higher wind signals across parts of the country. Areas under signal number 3 may experience moderate to significant impacts from storm force winds. These include parts of the Visayas, such as southeastern Samar, southern Samar, central and southern Leyte, Camotes Islands, and eastern Bohol. In Mindanao, Dinagat Islands and northern Surigao del Norte are also under this signal. Areas under signal number 2 include parts of Samar, Leyte, Bohol, Cebu, Surigao del Norte, and northern Camiguin. Pag-asa says Typhoon Tino continues to strengthen and is expected to make landfall tonight or early tomorrow morning. Residents in affected areas are urged to prepare for strong winds, heavy rains, and potential flooding. Stay tuned for continuing updates on this typhoon only here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Let's get the latest on preparations for Typhoon Tino. On the line is Carol Medina joining us for an update from Tacloban. Carol.
Yes, Mai. Mas pinaigting na ngayon ang paghahanda ng Regional Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office ng Eastern Visayas kasama na ang Regional Interagency Task Force dahil sa posibleng idulot na epekto ni Bagyong Tino. Ayon sa weather forecast ng Pag-asa, posibleng tumama ang bagyo sa rehiyon madaling araw ng Nobyembre 4. Dahil dito ay pinayuhan ng publiko na manatiling alerto at maging handa sa maaaring maging epekto ng bagyo. Sa ngayon, May, nagpatupad na ng preemptive evacuation ng Tacloban City RMO para sa mga residente ng lungsod, lalo na sa mga high-risk area. Bukas din ang ilang mga establishmento at state universities and colleges dito sa Tacloban para sa mga evacuees. May hindi pa man gaano kalakas ang ulan at hangin dito sa Tacloban, unti-unti nang nagsisilikas ang ilang mga residente at ang iba naman ay abala sa pagbili ng kanilang mga kakailanganin sakaling mas lumakas pa si Bagyong Tino. Suspendido na rin ang biyahe ng eroplano dito sa DZR Airport at ganon din ang anumang klase ng sasakyang pandagat. Kanina nadasan natin ang ilang mga mangingisda na nagbabayanihan dito sa San Jose, Tacloban kung saan tulong-tulong nilang inililikas ang kanilang mga sasakyang pandagat para hindi ito gaanong maapektuhan ng nasabing bagyo. Sa ngayon, May, nasa ilalim na ng orange rainfall ang buong probinsya ng Leyte, pero ayon sa pinaka-latest na weather forecast ng Pag-asa, nananatili pa rin sa signal number 2 ang lungsod ng Tacloban. As of 11 a.m., namataan ang sentro ng bagyo 285 km southeast ng Giwan Eastern Samar. Taglay nito ang lakas ng hangin na aabot sa 120 km per hour at pagbugso na 150 km per hour. That's the latest news update here in Tacloban City. Back to you, Mai.
Carol, mag-ingat kayo dyan. Thank you for that report. Halloween might be over, but one party goer is in trouble for dressing up as a policeman during the revelry. Pierre Pastor now joins us for the latest. Pierre, what's the story here?
Oh, yes, Mai. Presented today here at the National Police Commission is a person named Darren Isidro, who illegally wore the PNP uniform and PNP badge, which violates the Article 179 of the revised Penal Code or Arresto Mayor. According to Isidro, he wore the uniform as a costume at a Halloween party last October 31. He said he just wanted to portray a hero. That's why he chose the PNP uniform, though the uniform was cut off sleeves. The video of Isidro wearing the sleeveless uniform and badge went viral, and netizens were bashing him and eventually called the attention of the NAPOLCOM. Even Senator Kiko Pangilinan called the attention of the PNP because of this. NAPOLCOM emphasized that wearing of the police uniform and the badge is an offense to the institution, and violators can be imprisoned of up to 6 months. Isidro claims that he bought the uniform from Raon. Raon is known to be a place selling electronics in Quiapo, Manila. NAPOLCOM is currently investigating the matter, as a service uniform is not supposed to be sold just anywhere or from unauthorized dealers. But according to NAPOLCOM Commissioner Attorney Rafael Calinisan, because Isidro was remorseful, he wrote a letter of apology. Attorney Calinisan forgave him. He added that he believed Isidro's statement, so he will not be served the show cause order, hoping this will just serve as a lesson to everyone, because the service uniform is a dignified uniform, and people wearing this worked hard to deserve it. The unauthorized wearing of police uniform can be abused. This can be used to do crimes by people who can pose as police personnel. So NAPOLCOM calls on the PNP to look into this carefully. Mai?
Right, may this serve a lesson. Thank you, Pierre Pastor reporting. Up next, catch our conversation with breast cancer survivor Audrey Go. The Daily Dish. We'll be right back.
This is my daily dish.
Hello, welcome back. You're still watching The Daily Dish. The Philippine Cancer Society says approximately 32 Filipino women die from breast cancer daily.
The alarming statistics call for more proactive measures to help prevent and fight this disease. Joining us now in the studio is cancer survivor Audrey Go. Welcome to the show. And before anything else, I just want to say super thank you for being here today and being willing to inspire with us.
Yes,
Well, it's always a pleasure. I feel like I went through this because I wanted to be an example for women and to show them that life goes on. If not, it gets better.
I like that it gets better.
Yeah.
But Audrey, take us back to the moment you found out that you had breast cancer.
Okay.
How were you feeling? How did you take the news? And talk about your journey.
Okay, so I was diagnosed in 2018.
Okay.
So at that time I was not quite 40 yet. So I think I was like 39 and at the peak of my, I guess, health. So I already had 3 kids. I had breastfed every single one of them. And, I was really like pretty fit as well. So I was working out, like eating well. So never got sick. So never, as in like not even
So that was like
or
the
ubo.
first time.
I was fine. Like I was really generally healthy. It was just, I think early in the year, like somewhere around February, my husband just asked me like randomly one day, kind of saying, hey, it's been a while since you did your breast exam, or did you do your breast exam? First, it was the question. like,
Previously, have you already?
I always do it. Like every year,
All right,
I would go see my OB and we would do, the usual like female exams
Yes.
plus a breast exam. But because I had like, I had just given birth like the year before, so things were kind of like a little bit irregular. I think we had spent so much time talking about that I think we forgot to do the breast exam in 2017. So when he, out of the blue, brought it up in 2018, like early on, I was like, parang hindi yata. Pero anyways, I didn't think about it much. Pero that night, I was like, oh nga, no, maybe I should just do a self-exam. I mean, it's easy. So, and then at that point, that's where I felt something that was like, parang small lang, but it felt like a lump.
Was this a self-examination?
Yeah, I was just taking a shower.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, that's funny. Parang, I don't think I ever had that before, but I've had like small parang cysts before that we were monitoring. So I still wasn't worried because I was really young. I don't have history.
And you don't have family genetics
not
as
at
well?
all. So I said, okay, I called my doctor and she goes, well, it's probably nothing. So why don't you come in? And so because it was, again, it wasn't something that I expected. It took me another parang month or 2 to really get the scan.
So you delayed it, yeah.
But fast forward, it was not until I think June na. That's when things were confirmed. And from there, it just went really fast. Kasi, once you get like the scan and then it tells you it's kind of like very, very suspicious, then, things happen. And then you have to make quick decisions like, do you want to do a biopsy or do you want it removed? I think for me, like one of the things that I do now is when people ask me, I really try my best to guide them through because even for me at that time, I didn't really know anybody. And I was kind of like asking people that probably shouldn't be giving advice. So now when people ask me, like I always say, parang, okay, don't panic. Go see a specialist first.
No, I like it that you're saying guiding through because a lot of our viewers here are actually women as well.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. They say that at 40 and above, once you hit the 40s, it is a must that every year, as much as possible, to do a mammogram of some sort. What is it?
I think even in your 30s, it's always good to do regular breast exams in the shower.
Even self-examination.
Yeah, like once a month, like, when you're in the shower, just do, it's very easy. It's nothing complicated. And then as you hit your 40s, then like a yearly breast exam with your OB. Okay. And if you have a history, then yearly mammograms. I think if you don't have a history, you could do it every other year. I don't know what the protocols are now.
Okay.
But I always say, like, the self-breast exams are so easy to do. Like, it's so easy to do it. And number 2, early detection and early stage breast cancer is really, really, really curable.
And typically, what are your options? Like you said, you can do like a biopsy or you go for treatment. So when you find out you do have breast cancer, what are the treatment options and the plan?
So I think the first thing is like always go and see a specialist, like see like an oncologist or someone who really knows what cancer is, right? Because there's many types of breast cancers. So seeing someone who knows the disease well and helps you plan out, because this is all about the planning. Like, a lot of people don't know that your survivability, it actually depends on how well you're diagnosed and how well your treatment is planned. Because you only really get like one chance to fight it in the beginning, and if it doesn't work, like parang it becomes harder and harder to beat. So I always say, get a good doctor who can plan it for you, because not every cancer is different. Parang some you could remove it first and do chemo. Some they say do chemo first so you can shrink it. So there's different ways. It really depends on the cancer, because people think, oh, cancer it's one kind lang, but there's like five different kinds. So you need to know the pathology, what it is, what's causing it, and there's all these things determine how do you deal with it or how do you treat it.
Audrey, you said survivability, that word, and it just struck me, you know, like, yes, it is it's a matter of survival once you get it, once you hear it. And you mentioned that it doesn't run in your family. So how did your family receive it when you actually felt something? How did you share it with them?
Well, I think everyone was really shocked. But I was very lucky that I have a really supportive family, and I have a husband who was able to really take charge, because I think it's like literally living your life normally and having everything is good and perfect and normal.
Who was the first one to know?
It was him, yeah. And it's like having your life turned upside down, right? And
I'm sure,
I always tell the story about the day that we had come home from the hospital after the biopsy, and it wasn't confirmed, but we knew it wasn't good. And we were having lunch, and everybody around us was, eating, and then here we are on this table and thinking about, well, am I gonna be here? Right. What am I gonna do? What's life? What's gonna happen? But it was really interesting, because in that moment I realized that, the person's, I could be having a great lunch with you, and the person next to us could be having a moment, whether it's a problem or an illness or losing someone. So it's made me, I think that's really changed me, because I always remember that moment. Na people are really going through a lot of things. We don't know, we don't know, right? So there's always this, I'm definitely more empathetic to things now, or I try to be as sensitive as possible.
Yeah, and as much as possible, always choose kindness, because like you said, you never know what the person beside you is going through.
Yeah.
But Audrey, what was the moment when you definitely told yourself, from I'm going to, this is happening to me, oh no, I'm gonna die, or what are my chances, to I'm gonna fight this, and I'm gonna do everything I can to get through this. Where did that switch happen?
Well, so I lean heavily on my faith, and I've always been someone who has gone to church and has is a Christian, right? And during that moment, I had people, I reached out, and I think that was for me what I had to lean on, which was my faith. And then I think my church community came and prayed for me. And at that point, I really felt at peace, that I knew that I was going to be okay, regardless. We just have to trust that this is part of, whether it's a refinement or something that I have to go through, and I'll be fine, regardless. And then from there, things just started, all the positive things started coming in. I was blessed with a very good health plan. So I was able to get the best care from the best doctors possible. And everything fell into place. And from that point, it was I went for treatment, the Airbnb that I rented, and I felt compelled, it's really interesting. I felt compelled to stay in this one particular B&B. And my husband doesn't like B&Bs. And I said to him, can we stay here? Because for some reason, there's something that's compelling me to stay there. And as soon as I walked in, there was this parang little plaque that said something about trust the Lord, whatever. And I was like, oh wow, okay, here's the sign. So step by step, parang I feel like I think it's really helpful to have, I would say, goalposts or cornerstones where you could kind of lean on every step of the way. That really helped me, because it's a day by day thing, right?
So there was no resentment. You actually leaned on. Because some people, let's just be honest, when such things happen to them, with their lives, it could be quite the opposite, right? How was it for you?
Again, I have to say, for me, I I didn't feel a lot of that. I just focused on getting better, and then like I had a lot of people like sending me messages, encouraging me. So and that's the same. So I think after going through what I went through, I realized that whenever I have a friend who's going through anything, and if it's illness or whatever, I mean, sending words of encouragement, checking up on them,
It's really empathy.
and saying, what can I do? Can I pray for you? That really helps people, because like really in the moments where I feel weakest or if I wasn't feeling well, and then someone would send me a message, it really just boosted and it kind of helped me get through day by day. But I think I really focused on like gratitude, like because like I said, every moment, like in my case, I had a lot of things to be thankful for despite everything that was going on. So I chose to focus on that, and then just focusing on like what I can control, whether it's like my diet, So I went through the conventional medicine of like chemo, radiation, surgery, and that wasn't easy, as everybody knows. But at the same time, I also did a lot of research personally. So I did a lot of juicing, I ate well, I researched what are the foods that I can eat to really help myself recover every time I finish my chemo. But I also focused on the things that I can control.
Yeah.
And that helped a lot.
And I think that's a great message just for every day, right?
Yeah.
To always just focus on what we control, because most of the time we forget about things that are out of our control, right?
Yeah.
So
There's
that's
always
a great
something.
reminder. And
Yeah.
to always be grateful.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know, actually, Audrey, correct me if I'm wrong, you got a double mastectomy.
Yeah.
And I love your outfit, because Ferdi said that's your warrior suit and you flaunt it and you're so proud of it. I love it. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so because I guess when I was considered young pa to go through a full mastectomy, but I think my options were also limited to do reconstruction because I had to do the radiation. So when I spoke to them about the options, they said, well, we could do this, but then there might be a risk for infection. I was like, okay, I don't want to go through this anymore. I just want to like finish the treatment and then move on with life.
Right.
So I said, you know what, I'm just going to be okay with being flat. And I said, I think I met someone who had
It is not flat. It is courage, Audrey.
It is,
Super.
yeah.
Like the moment I heard about it
Yeah.
and saw you, I was like, wow, warrior.
Well, yeah, then I thought, I thought, okay na rin kasi, one day maybe I can like be an example for other women who are thinking that, if I do this, I will lose my feminism.
Femininity, yes.
Diba? Like, and I won't look like a woman anymore. But no, it's like, I think there's ways you can dress. Obviously, I've had to, like, there are certain things that I can't wear because it doesn't look good with my frame. But, I've learned to embrace it. And there are a lot of things that can still look good. And it's so easy. Like, it is definitely so convenient. And
I agree. I
No
was
more
like,
bras
yes.
as well. But seriously, a lot of women out there who are watching, I just want to remind them, while you're watching this, it won't even take a minute or two to just really, exactly what
Try.
you just
Right.
said,
Yeah.
to just try and do self-examination. I always hear this. with people, always examine yourself. But it passes through your ear as a woman, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, it won't happen to me. Is that the normal concept of things?
I mean, that's what I thought as well for myself. Again, like, imagine someone who is in their like late 30s at that time, who's had 3 kids, I've done everything that every
Right.
textbook says. This is what you need to do in order to stay healthy, and I did it, and it happened to me. So it really can happen to anybody. And then like early detection is so key. So I really do encourage people to remember to do that.
Yeah, but before we let you go, Audrey, what do you want non-cancer survivors who are watching us right now, how do you want them to view cancer survivors? Like, what is your message to them on how to be like just more empathetic and help just be a nice person in general?
Well, number one, actually, we like to call ourselves thrivers now.
Oh, I love
Thrivers.
it.
Because
Thriver.
when you go through, and I don't think it's like cancer, it could really be anything, right? Like anything that is life-changing and major. So it could be illness, like a cancer illness, that, life, we can thrive after. So it's really all about taking what you go through, and of course the goods and the bads. But there's really a refinement that happens and a character building that I was sharing kanina na. I don't think I would have the depth of character that I have now if I didn't go through what I went through. And so for that, I'm really thankful because I think there's, I'm a much better human being. So for women or for those who have family or friends that are going through a difficult moment or a difficult time, I mean, I think just again, like the constant support and encouragement, whether it's in person or via text or just a phone call, and just being there, and giving people a reason to be thankful, right? Yeah.
So Mo asked about your message for those people who are not going through it, and you mentioned thriving. I love the word. We love the word. So what would be your message to those people who are actually going through it, Daman, to thrive, like how you did?
I think as we go through it, sometimes it's very difficult, and I think that's okay. Like it's okay to kind of like tell yourselves, I'm having a really hard time, and embrace that person that's having a hard time and say, I get it. Like it is tough. So not forcing yourself to be too hard on yourself when you are having and you're struggling, but just remembering or reminding yourself that that's gonna pass. And once you get through that, there will be like much better times, and just to continue to fight through it, because it does really get better.
Yeah. Audrey, I'm in such awe of you. I'm trying to hold back tears, but
I
you're
have to
just so
say,
inspiring.
you are beautiful inside and out. Like I can't just stop staring at you such a while ago, but you could really see it radiating. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for sharing your story. We really love having
Inspiring.
you here.
We're a little bit past Breast Cancer Awareness Month, pero I guess
It's okay, umabot pa. It's all. I mean,
It's always
honestly,
a
it's
good
every
reminder.
day. It's
Yeah.
a good reminder, like you said. But guys, we have more stories coming up. The Daily Dish will be right back. Thank you, Audrey.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
This is my daily dish. Daily dish. My daily dish. My daily.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Daily Dish. President Donald Trump is urging Democrats to end the U.S. government shutdown, saying all they have to do is open up the country. The deadlock centers on health insurance tax credits. Democrats want them extended before funding the government, while Republicans demand the shutdown end first.
All we have to do is open up the country. We voted 14 times to open the country. We have voted 14 times to open the country, and they vote to keep it closed. All they have to do is vote to open the country, and we only need 5 Democrats. They have a lot of Democrats. We only need 5. But the Republicans have voted 14 times to open the country.
About 750,000 federal workers are furloughed, and 42 million Americans risk losing food assistance as funding lapses. The Congressional Budget Office estimates the shutdown could cost the economy up to $14 billion, cutting growth by as much as 2% this quarter. A magnitude 6.3 earthquake struck near one of Afghanistan's largest cities. The U.S. Geological Survey reported the quake hit close to Mazar-e-Sharif at a depth of 28 kilometers early Monday. It issued an orange alert, warning of likely casualties and widespread damage. Authorities are still verifying the extent of the impact, as videos shared online show rescue efforts and collapsed buildings. The tremor comes just months after an August earthquake that killed over 1,000 people. An update on the Louvre jewel heist. French authorities say it was carried out not by professional criminals, but by small-time local thieves. Prosecutors say the robbers, believed to be from a low-income suburb north of Paris, used a mover's lift to reach the museum's second floor, smashed the window, broke open display cases, and fled on scooters in a 7-minute daytime raid. 3 of the 4 suspects are now in custody, including 1 woman, while 1 person remains at large, believed to be the mastermind behind the theft. Investigators say the group made several mistakes, including dropping Empress Eugenie's gold and diamond crown and leaving tools and gloves at the scene. The suspects have criminal records for theft and other offenses, but their profiles do not match those of organized crime figures. Families filled cemeteries in Bolivia on Sunday to honor their departed loved ones during the Day of the Dead celebration. Music and dancing accompanied prayers at the cemetery as mourners decorated graves with bread, flowers, and symbolic offerings. Bakers also prepared tanta wawas, or bread children, shaped to represent the deceased. This is a beloved tradition meant to celebrate life and keep bonds with the departed alive. From the field to the red carpet, stay tuned for all the buzz in sports and entertainment. The Daily Dish will be right back.
This is my daily dish. This is my daily dish.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Daily Dish. More success for Filipino tennis star Alex Ayala. The Rafa Nadal Academy graduate achieves a new career high of world number 50 in the latest WTA live rankings. This comes after a breakthrough year for Ayala that also saw her capture her first WTA 125 title in Mexico. Ayala just wrapped up her run in the Asian circuit. Her latest campaign was in the Hong Kong Open. Reports suggest Alex is considering a possible stint at the Southeast Asian Games in December. Over in Major League Baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers' epic World Series victory over the Toronto Blue Jays remains a conversation starter on social media. Let me know what you guys think. NBA superstar LeBron James is all praises regarding the epic finale. LBJ congratulated the Dodgers and said, "Game 7, wow, what a game." Former U.S. President Barack Obama also congratulated the Dodgers for a great series. Tennis icon and Dodgers part owner Billie Jean King also praised the team for an incredible season. She says the team embodied dedication, excellence, and championship culture. The Dodgers defeated the Blue Jays in an epic Game 7 in the World Series. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was named the World Series MVP. The youth is indeed the future, as the country's athletes are back home following a standout performance at this year's Asian Youth Games. Sheila Salaysay now joins us on the phone from Pasay for the latest. Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Monique. Well, in a special presentation of athletes held here in Parañaque, all medalists were formally introduced to the media to be recognized for their outstanding achievements. Our team, Philippines, was able to cap off with a total record-breaking performance, 24 medals, 7 gold, 7 silver, and 10 bronze, finishing 12 overall in the final standings. Leading the ceremony were Philippine Olympic Committee President Honorable Abraham Bambol Tolentino, Secretary General Attorney Wharton Chan, and Philippine Sports Commission Chairman Patrick Pato Gregorio, who commended the young athletes for bringing pride to the nation. The country's 232-member delegation, including 141 athletes competing in 18 sports, held in Bahrain, proudly represented the Philippines on the international stage and showcased the strength of the nation's youth sports program. Leading the Golden Hall were Cram Ira Carpio, Pencak Silat girls, Charlie Ratcliffe, MMA girls, 45-kilogram modern, Pai Burden Wangkai, athletics boys, 200 meters. The Philippines also shone in Muay Thai with Liar Annie Nina and Seth Gabriel Bueno winning gold in the White Crew event, while Jack Briggs Aramiscal and Tyron Jamporillo ruled the mixed team Muay Thai category. In Jiu-Jitsu, Isabella Josephine Butler completed the nation's gold collection after dominating the girls' 63-kilogram division. Silver medals claimed by Naomi Marjorie Cesar, girls 800-meter run, and James Ray Ahido, the boys 100-meter butterfly, along with Travis Radcliffe, MMA boys, 60 kilograms traditional. Kristen Ampriel Aguila, Taekwondo Pomse, Jasmine Dagame, Jan Briggs Ramiscal from Muay Thai, Jody Peralta weightlifting, girls 53-kilogram snatch. 10 more Filipinos added bronze medals, including Cristal Carino and Nicole Tabucol of Tech Ball Double, Leomar Lobrido boxing boys of 46 kilograms, and Princess J. Andiaz, Alexandra Andiaz, and J.R. Colonia from weightlifting. This year's performance marked the Philippines' best ever finish in the Asian Youth Games, tripling its previous record of 2 golds from 2013 and far surpassing its 2009 total of 1 silver and 1 bronze. China topped the overall medal tally with 63 gold, 49 silver, and 35 bronze, followed by Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. The next Asian Youth Games will be on 2029 to be held at Uzbekistan. Beyond the medals, the country's success in Bahrain signals a promising future as these young athletes gear up for the Youth Olympic Games in Dakar, proving that Filipino talent continues to shine brighter on the Asian stage. Back to you, Monique.
Thank you so much, Sheila Salaysay, reporting from Pasay.
Londoners expressed mixed reactions to King Charles' decision to banish his brother from public life. This following growing pressure over the now former Prince Andrew's links to late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Some argued Andrew should face prosecution, while others felt the king's action was too severe.
If we're looking at it under the scope of the law, then he should be prosecuted under the same sort of due process as any other member of public would be, or any British citizen would be under our laws. But I guess it doesn't work that way in this world, I guess.
I'm not sure if it's okay. There hasn't been any crime that he committed, isn't it? So I'm not sure if it's not too strong before he actually kind of proven to committed any crimes there.
The second son of the late Queen Elizabeth II has faced years of scrutiny over his conduct and association with Epstein. Earlier this month, he was also stripped of the title Duke of York. The king's decision marks one of the most dramatic moves against a royal in modern British history. Here at home, rising Filipino boxer and son of Manny Pacquiao, Eman Bacosa, is making rounds on social media. Aside from winning in the undercard at Thrilla in Manila 2 last week, Eman is also winning hearts for his face card. Some Filipino users online are calling him Piolo Pacquiao, supposedly for his resemblance to the actor. One user quipped, "Parang pinaghalong Pacquiao Piolo na may halong ding-dong." Netizens also express excitement for Eman's career as he carves his own path in boxing. Couldn't stand it, seeing his face.
He does look good.
Right?
Once you see it, you can't unsee it
You
anymore.
can't
He
unsee
really
him.
looks like his name's not going to be Eman Bacosa anymore. It's going to be Piolo
Yes,
Piolo Pacquiao.
But you still see Pacquiao, you know?
You see
the
Pacquiao.
But
Yeah.
earlier, before Chal read the news, when you said Piolo Pacquiao, I was like, that's really his name?
Yeah.
Like, I had to check it out, but look at him.
We were wondering if Piolo Pacquiao was really his name, but
That'd
he
be
does like his
hilarious.
nose is like Piolo's
No,
nose.
like the top half. Oh, look, it's very
Yes.
Piolo, especially the top picture.
Yeah.
That's the face
But
card right there.
But you definitely see Manny.
I am sure that he's gonna gain a lot of fans.
Yes, a lot of fans
Endorsements. I'm
already.
pretty sure endorsements will start coming in as well. I don't know if boxing should be his only path.
Where
Maybe
do you see the
acting.
Ding Dong Dantas in him? Because they said meron daw Ding Dong also.
Okay, but I hope.
It's just so funny how you say ding dong.
Yeah, don't hit the
Ding
face.
dong.
That's all I can say. All right?
All right.
Hit everything else, just not the face.
Agreed.
Anyway, our next guest is helping the country's top musical acts deliver the ultimate concert experience. Catch our conversation with concert director Paolo Valenciano after the break. The Daily Dish will be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching The Daily Dish. Whenever you talk about the Valenciano family, you think of dynamic singers and performers with pure energy. But our guest today works his magic not on stage, but behind the scenes. Paolo Valenciano is one of the country's most in-demand concert directors, helping top acts deliver the ultimate live experience. And he joins us today on the show. Welcome, Paolo V!
Hello. Hi.
So, Paolo V, and this is so cool because I saw you in a concert last week and I said, Paolo, you have to come on the show. And then just like a good friend and a good overall guy, you're seated right here. And I know traffic was pretty bad a while ago, but you made it here. So, Paolo, you know, a lot of people know who you are. They just haven't heard from you through, you know, of course, interviews and stuff like that because you prefer to be behind the scenes. Except for today.
This is very uncomfortable for me.
Really?
But it's because it's you, I'm game lang.
But you grew up, you know, in the entertainment world. And how does it feel? Was it a conscious decision not to follow your parents' path?
It was. I mean, it didn't help that Gab was a total total performer also.
Yeah.
You know, like he loved going on stage, and I think I was about eight or 9, and Gab was about 5, and then people started to compare us na, saying na, you know, my classmates would always tease me na you're not as good as your dad, and then all the good genes went to your brother.
Well, that's terrible.
I mean, a typical elementary bullying type of
Well, I just want to say,
experiences.
people, whoever bullied Paolo, you're not allowed to watch his concerts. Oh, and then
No, but yeah, so parang it kind of developed a certain kind of stage fright, I think, for me. And then it wasn't until I think I was about 15, then I started trying out theater.
Yes.
And that's where I kind of started to get more comfortable with the stage because I wasn't getting compared to Gary V or Gab Valenciano.
Yes.
And then after a while, I started to see other performers na, and I was like, wait, parang I'm not that good talaga. I came to the realization that parang I feel like maybe I'm not that good. But, you know, parang as early as 15, I had so many ideas that I wanted to do on stage, but I couldn't do it. So then I just suggested to my dad na, hey dad, baka better if you do this instead of that. Or I'd tell Gab na, hey, parang that's a nice song, parang this song's better.
So at 15, you're already telling your father, hey, which
Suggestions
by the way,
lang, suggestions.
I'm gonna flex it. He's my compadre, and so is Angeli. But anyway, you're already telling him, okay, dad, like this. Would he
Because
follow
he would
you?
ask me. I think that was the great thing. One of the great things about my dad was that when he had a new song or he had a new concept for a show, he would always call me into his room and then he would show it to me. Then he'd ask me for my opinion.
Did he actually implement it?
He would. Actually, he would. Down to the arrangements of his songs.
You know how to arrange songs?
No, not at all. I'm not that good at anything, but I do have some good ideas here and there.
You know what? I would not suggest you discount yourself. You're an amazing person.
No, okay, wait. There's a reason why I'm loud and proud na I'm not that good at certain things. Actually, a lot of things, no. But I've been doing workshops for live events, for concerts. And I always tell production people that it doesn't matter if you feel like you're not good at anything, if you're not good, like, I don't think I'm an exceptional singer. I don't think I can dance.
I was gonna ask you, who's the better dancer?
I know, Gab.
But can you do the the Valenciano like that? Because I would snap my neck.
It hurts. It hurts. No, but I always tell my students or my the attendees of my workshops na parang sometimes you just have to have a good idea and know how to make people work together. And I think that was what that's what allows me to come up with these shows. Is that I don't know how to sing that well. I mean, I do know how to sing, but I'm not that good. But I know how, because I sing, I kind of know how to communicate with the singer and tell them, okay, maybe you can do this instead of that. So these singers who are exceptional, who actually, they don't need my direction. But here I come in and I give them little, I give them little suggestions and recommendations here and there that I guess brings them from 100% to 115.
Yeah, but do your youthful looks make a difference when you're directing somebody much older? Because you look super young, Pao. I mean, you know what I mean?
I'm not that young, huh? I'm 40.
Let's not talk about age because I have an NDA with the network. But because you look very youthful, of course, you know it's unnerving sometimes when a professional like you tells a person like me, let's say, who did you direct recently?
SB19.
I mean, before, like...
Cup of Joe. I worked with Cup of Joe.
Let's say you're directing a... Joey Albert, let's say, okay?
I've worked with her, yes.
And she tell her, Joey, I need you to be in this. This is my vision for you. Does it take them some time to say, wait, okay, you really are my director, but mas bata ka?
What I do a lot of times is I stalk my artists before I work with them.
Okay.
I need to understand what they're comfortable with, what they're not comfortable with, what they like, what they don't like, how they talk. So that when I sit down with them, I kind of know how to speak their language or speak in a way that communicates or engages them. So that I also don't come up with ideas that are so left field that they're uncomfortable.
Have you directed any family members?
Aside from my dad, Tita Sharon.
Hi, Mega, I love you. I just had to gush. How does it feel like directing a family member that's, of course, an elder, to you? Is it weird? Do you make them pagalitan or do you...
No, I'll never... I never scold the artists. I have an assistant director who does that. we have an agreement na eh. Si Mandy Marcos and I, we have this agreement na, okay, Mandy, you're the bad cop, and then I'll come in and be like, tita, you know what, Mandy kasi eh.
Now you guys know his system, right?
Yeah.
So, and you're going back to, you mentioned SB19 a while ago, and we were talking before your show started, and what stuck in my head was just like, wow, are you okay? Are you nervous? You said to me, I've never done fashion before. I'm freaking out right here.
No. I've done fashion shows before, but nothing that big. I think that was, when we do the smaller fashion shows for 300 people, the stakes are obviously much smaller. But when it's something as big as Araneta,
10,000 people,
you've got Francis Libiran involved, and then you've got SB19 involved.
Right.
It was pretty nerve-wracking, and I was working with Ariel Lozada also, our creative director, and it's actually more complicated when I'm working with a creative director, because a lot of the shows, 90% of the shows are usually, I conceptualize things from the ground up. But this one, I had to work with someone else's vision. So that's an added layer of pressure. Kasi there are 3 people that I need to, if it was a concert, I had to satisfy the artist,
producer,
and the producer.
Right.
And of course the audience. But it's artist and producer. This time it's artist, producer, and creative director. So now I'm trying to... so many people involved. There are 150 performers. And I had to make sure that everyone kind of like aligned.
That's an interesting perspective, Paolo, because you said, you had to satisfy people. When you're coming up with a concert or production concept, do you think about the audience first?
Audience first.
Okay.
It's always audience first. And I try to get the artist to understand that it's audience first. It's not really artist first, and that's pretty controversial. I mean, like if a lot of artists will they get uncomfortable with that idea. Syempre, I've worked with artists that want to do things just for themselves. And I feel that sometimes if they're just focusing on what they want to do, there is a tendency for the artist to disconnect from the audience because they don't understand sometimes what's happening.
So it becomes more egocentric than it is like.
There's been a few that I've worked with. I'm under NDA also. No, just kidding.
he used it against me. Gosh.
But for me it's audience first. Kasi pag music video, if an artist is doing a music video, do whatever the heck you want, right?
Yes.
I mean, kasi you spent for that, you're promoting yourself, that's all you. But when you're working in a concert, in a live event, these people paid.
So do you get that kick? Do you get that satisfaction when you see your audience na parang, what a great concert, because they don't know you're behind the scenes.
I'm not gonna lie, I love that feeling.
Is that a feeling you had during your last concert with SB19?
I try to make sure that every concert I reach that level of parang satisfaction in terms of like the audience. I try to really make sure that the audience has the best time possible.
Because the applause and the cheers, they're deafening.
Yeah.
I mean, you could hear them from the 10 blocks away. Did that give you satisfaction?
Yeah, because you even though the focus isn't on me, I don't like the focus being on me. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But when you hear a crowd like that go nuts for either stage effects or the artist flying into the air or as simple as Regine hitting the right note with the right lighting with the right background, it's such an addicting feeling to hear that many people just forget all their problems outside the venue, and then there's it feels like it doesn't matter who these people voted for. Like in that one moment, everyone is just like, we're all happy.
We're in unison because of happiness.
Unison. When we go out there, I'll fight you later when I go out there, but for now we're okay. And I feel like that's such a fulfilling feeling to get everyone on that same page.
Any dream subject to direct?
Wait, that's a hard question. I think I would rather than thinking of an artist, a dream artist, I would rather see the artists that I work with get more recognition globally. That's my dream. My dream is for these artists to be able to...
Anyone in particular?
I think SB19 is on the way there.
I think they're global already,
Yeah, they're on their way there. But I would love to see other artists get that kind of recognition.
Correct.
Also. Like there's like Dionella, Cup of Joe. I feel like this is the time for our local acts to really get the same recognition as our neighbors.
All right, hold that thought. Our conversation with Direct Paolo Valenciano continues after the break. The Daily Dish will be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching The Daily Dish with our guest today, the lively concept director, Paolo Valenciano. So, I'm not going to ask you any questions that will get you in trouble.
Please, yes, please.
Again.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But looking back, Paolo, what challenges have taught you in this industry that you can obviously tell or impart with the mentees that you have?
You can't have an ego. I think that's it. As someone who is behind the scenes, you have to understand what your role is and just embrace that role.
Is that hard?
It's hard because it can easily get into your head.
But did you have an ego before?
Parang I had an ego, but just to myself, like by myself in the mirror, in the banyo, talking to myself in the mirror.
Ang gwapo-gwapo mo, ang galing-galing mo, ganun.
The world is the problem, no? The world is the problem. No, I think, yeah, I mean, everyone, I think, at one point would have some kind of an ego, especially if you've had several, achievements or accomplishments. No? But you gotta keep that in check because the people around you will sense that, and it does have a negative impact on the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
And I like I said kanina, sorry, I didn't actually finish my point, no, but I have so much pride in the people that I work with. Na I'm always like building up the people that I work with because it's really that's it. My secret is I just work with the best of the best. I try to give them a voice within the ecosystem of our event, and I just prioritize the good idea. Whoever has a good idea, it's in. If your idea is better than mine, it's in.
Yeah.
And I'll let everyone know that it was your idea.
Yeah, and plus your secret weapon, your assistant director, Mandy.
Mandy.
Mandy, you've got a special shout out today. We now know. Okay, we know. But would you advise young or aspiring concert directors or directors in general to go into this field?
Yes, 100% yes. A lot of people say that parang the most in demand director. But what people don't realize is that there aren't that many concert or
Just
live
take
directors.
the win, okay?
No, but I mean, this is something I also like to I'm trying to explain to a lot of people in the industry that if you feel that this is your calling, attend my workshop.
At
Attend my workshop.
Yeah, where's your workshop?
It depends. Like I do it 2 to 3 times a year. I do it in different venues. But the industry needs more directors. I mean,
is there a deficit?
There is. Like we turn down several shows a month. Because
max.
No, but it's not just me. That's also the case for a lot of these other concert directors because there's such a high demand for event or live events directors. So I encourage you guys to really, if this is what you guys want to do, we need more people. Right. The demand is really high.
How would they find out about your workshops?
Oh, they can just follow me on Instagram or Facebook, Paolo Valenciano.
All right. What's next for Paolo V?
I'm working with Jonah this week. We have a show on Saturday at the MOA Arena, and then next week I'm working with Ebe Dancel at New Frontier. That's November 15, and then Dionella is November 21 and 22.
Wow.
And then I'll be with Cup of Joe at the end of the month in Dubai.
He does not sleep. But this is my favorite portion of my interview with you.
Go.
It's called the rapid fire.
Oh gosh. This is where I get in trouble.
Really? Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask you questions that will get you in trouble again.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Very quick. First question: big stage or intimate venue?
Intimate venue.
Best concert you've ever attended as an audience member? Rare.
Na local or international?
Anywhere.
Moira de la Torre.
Biggest challenge in concert directing?
Everything.
Okay. Planning or improvisation?
Planning.
One word to describe your style.
My style?
Concert style and personal style.
One word?
Yeah.
One word.
Ito yung salamin.
Striking.
Striking for both na lang.
For both.
I
No,
like
not for me. For me, black.
Black. Samantha, you heard that, striking. Okay. Risk taker or perfectionist?
Perfectionist.
Most memorable audience reaction moment.
Most memorable audience reaction. Most SB19. Simula at wakas.
SB19. One concert essential you can't live without except for white wine.
Thank you, ha? I needed that, ha? Just so you guys know, he gave me wine right before the show started. And it really helped. One concert essential, my laser pointer.
Oh, what do you use it for?
That's how I tell everyone, there. Go there, go there, go there. Without it, it's so hard to explain to people how to move things around.
Oh, that's interesting. All right, I'll watch out for that before I watch a concert of yours. And then, karaoke song of choice.
Himala by River Maya.
I need a line. With the tune.
Oh my God!
Do it, Pam!
Himala. There, that's it. You get that.
Okay, if not a concert director, what would you have been?
If not a concert director, what would I have been? I would have been a preschool teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I can see that. You're a great father.
Oh, thank you.
And a great husband. If you have 1 billion pesos, what would you do with it?
I will donate most of it.
Okay, so that's the Miss Universe answer. I want the selfish answer.
I only need 100 million. I'm okay with 100 million.
Okay.
I'm okay with 1% actually. Not just kidding.
Wag naman.
Oh, 5%.
Sayang naman yun. Baka makuha pa yung tax. Alam mo na.
Yeah.
If you have to serve a daily dish that you cook, what would it be?
Shabu-shabu.
Every day?
Every day.
Do you cook?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you don't cook shabu-shabu, but that's the one dish that, we eat that maybe 4 times a week.
Sam?
Yeah, she hates it.
I was about to say to your wife, Samantha, call me.
She only game because she knows it's healthy. So, there.
Well, thank you so much, Paolo. I hope you had fun.
Thank you,
And
Ferdi.
thank you so much for adjusting your schedule today. I know it was quite a difficulty, but we really appreciate you. And we hope that you come back again.
Sure,
Here with Samantha, and we'll talk about family life. All right, that's it for concert director Paolo Valenciano. We've got more stories for you after this break. The Daily Dish will be right back.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Daily Dish. Halloween fever is alive literally this year. It's not the ghosts or ghouls making noise, it's Cup of Joe. Their hit song Multo has flipped the word's meaning from spirit of the dead to spirit of the heart. Now Multo means feelings that refuse to move on, lost loves, old regrets, unfinished stories. So guys, what's your Multo?
Madami ako niya.
But speaking about Cup of Joe, Direct Paolo was the one who directed it.
Yes,
3 days
he loves it.
successful concert.
He loves it. But you're not, but I have a lot
what's your
of
multo?
We have time. Pakwento nga.
Really?
The ghost of the past, what?
Yes, actually. I saw somebody yesterday in the grocery. I'm like, it was a ghost of the past.
Wow. How was your reaction?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, really? Did hide from
Ferdi.
No, I'm an anchor at the Daily Dish.
Of course!
But this is not the Totga, right?
Diba?
It's not the Totga.
Totga, the one that got away.
Yes.
Tama ba?
I'm gonna take the Paolo Valenciano pre the 5th levels. All right.
Let's not talk about
No,
it.
but I love that multo has a lot of meaning pala. No?
Which one?
Aside from
In that song.
projects.
Yeah, aside from the
Ghost.
ghost project.
Very applicable.
All right, it's now how many days to go
Let's
till
see.
Christmas?
5, 42, 52
days.
52
Wow.
days.
That's it for us today, Monday, November 3. Join us again tomorrow for more Real Talk.
A lot of spilled tea.
With zero filter, I'm Monique Tuzon. Anytime is a good time because it's always more fun with us.
And Ferdi Salvador, always on top of the news and stories that matter most.
I'm Chal. Lontoc. We're so proud and happy to be here finally with Daily Dish. Stay tuned to the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
And thanks for making us your lunchtime companion. I'm Mai Rodriguez. That's a Daily Dish. Sir!